Hey guys, this is your girl Tiyonna, watching Tiyonna Wants to Know. Today we are with
Kathryn
and
Rebecca.
that does,
I am the Community Outreach Director for Preservation Greensboro.
and you do.
And I am the urban guide for Preservation Greensboro. I take peoples on tours of their neighborhoods.
How did y'all get started?
I went to school for historic preservation, and got a job here in Greensboro working with historic windows, and then Preservation Greensboro reached out to me, and it's history.
So I got my degree at NC State in public history, so I wanted to teach people about history outside of the classroom, and I've worked at lots of different museums and national parks, and then I wanted to focus on my hometown of Greensboro because I love it so much, and I called Preservation Greensboro and said, can I be a tour guide? And they said, yeah.
Was this building was a place before y'all got here, and then they took it down or something, or?
So this building was originally called the Cascade Saloon, and one of the first African American owned businesses in Greensboro. So it's got an amazing history. After that, it unfortunately sat empty for I think as long as I've been alive. And then we had the amazing Chrisman Construction Company who needed offices downtown. And so Preservation Greensboro and Chrisman Company worked together to save the building. And so now it's their offices.
How old were y'all when y'all started doing this?
I think I was 22 and now I'm 30.
That was 2 years ago, so I was, if I can do the math, 25, I believe, when I started, because now I'm 28. I just turned 28.
I would have been 29 when I started at Preservation Greensboro. Yeah, so I'm super old now.
What is a historic building?
So there are many ways to qualify a building historic. The official age limit is 50 years old. This building, however, is I wanna say late 1800s, of like the very end of the 1800s, beginning of the 1900s. Where I work, the building I work in is over 200 years old. We're gonna have the 225th anniversary next year, so that's pretty old.
So, how old do you think the house is that you live in now? Do you know what year it was built?
Mm-mm.
Do you guys have an idea? Okay. Okay, so 10 years old is actually still pretty young where you live. But yeah, this building is over 50 years old. The building I live in was made in 1945, and it was for World War II veterans, so it's pretty old, but they changed the insides to make it kind of new. That way we could have like modern appliances, because if we were still using stuff back from the 1940s, it probably wouldn't work that well, and it would be hard for me to cook anything in my kitchen.
My apartment building's from 2012, so it's not very old.
Can y'all take tours through the history buildings?
Yeah, so Preservation Greensboro does a lot of tours. We do have our tour of historic homes. So those are 6 homes that we decide on that we open up for the public, and people actually tour the home somebody lives in. There are many buildings in larger cities that are open as museums. That building I work in is Blandwood Mansion, and it used to be someone's home, and it's open for tour. Yeah.
Blandwood. So I take people on tours of Blandwood Mansion, and what's cool about that is that house is 3 different time periods. Okay, so somebody kept building onto this house. It started in 1795, then they added more on in 1822 through 27, and then 1845, 1844 to 1846. So people decided, oh, this space is too small, let me add more and more to it. Because the people that lived there last had 8 children. and they didn't want to all be crammed in one little house anymore. So I can take you through that building and tell you how it was built and who lived there and why they did what they did. That way you can see what it was like back then.
Was this building just like it was right now, the exact same way how it is? Or
So the most original portion of this building are the exterior walls. These were all saved by an amazing engineering rigging system. I was actually in here when the system was in place, and it was just anchors and anchors. It was absolutely amazing, and they had to really anchor them down really far into the ground so that it's actually stable through. Yeah, because the vibrations from the train tracks, because there's train tracks on both sides. Yeah, they needed a new roof because roofs are easy to damage, and so the most original portions are just the walls.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
a teacher.
Cool.
Oh, that's nice.
Being a teacher is awesome.
Do you know what you want to teach?
Preschoolers.
Nice. What do you like about teaching preschoolers? Like, what do you think you could teach them?
I think I'll teach them like how do you count your numbers and say your ABCs right.
Cool. Would you have them draw awesome pictures?
Mhm.
So maybe you could teach them how to draw like a cool historic building. Like you could take them on a field trip.
We had a preschool come through Glenwood 2 or 3 months ago, and they were really well behaved.
I bet they'd like to see the paintings that we have. So we have new paintings. It could be cool for you guys to make copies of them because those paintings are actually a copy. That's what they used to do in historic times. Sometimes people would just say, oh, I really like that painting. I'm going to copy it so you guys can try and draw it yourselves. So there's a really cool castle in one of them.
How do people get in contact with y'all?
So they can call Preservation Greensboro, and Kathryn knows the number. So it's 336-272-5003. And they can call us for tours, come visit us, and then they can go on our website. So the website is preservationgreensboro.org. And check us all out.
Well, that's it today, guys. Thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell button down below. Bye-bye.
Bye.